Hello, everyone, and congratulations on successfully completing week 4 of our online management class. This week, we talked about the importance of strategizing for global expansion of our businesses. Many businesses today, while they may be based in the United States, have suppliers or even customers who are located around the world. And this global expansion is important for us to continually improve the success of our organizations. In our discussion, we talked about the fact that expanding into Vietnam is an opportunity, an area that represents opportunity for many businesses. And while it's important to respect the historical factors and the historical relationship that we've had with Vietnam, it is also important to recognize the fact that we always have to be forecasting and looking forward into the future in order to position our organizations for success. Another critical key point when we decide to bring our businesses globally is that we always have to manage the diversity factor here. And we talked about in week 3 how managing diversity actually means helping all of our employees to reach their full potential. It also recognizes the fact that we're going to do business with companies, organizations, employees, suppliers, customers and clients all over the world who may have different perspectives. They may have different religious backgrounds, they may have different customs, different norms, but still provide an intricate link to how we ourselves in our organization stay successful and become more successful. In week 5, we're going to talk about social and ethical responsibilities that companies have. We think about corporations having a greater responsibility than simply making a profit. Not that making a profit is simple, but it can't be the only goal of our organization if we're going to maintain and recognize the highest level of success that we can. In Carroll's Corporate Global Social Responsibility Pyramid, it's illustrated that in addition to making a profit, it's important for companies to be good global citizens, meaning that when they do business around the world, they do it ethically. They also need to be ethical in their practices, their policies, their procedures, and how business is conducted within the organization. And then goes without saying, they need to obey the law. That's also part of our corporate ethical and social responsibilities. Research indicates that many employees have actually acted unethically on the job, and being unethical can range from stealing office supplies to calling in sick when you're not sick to actually pilfering money. So there are different levels of ethics and breaches of ethics, but it's really important as managers that we recognize the fact that if we have a written code of ethics, it gives our employees a guideline of what we consider acceptable behavior. And the important thing is we have to enforce those written guidelines as far as ethics goes. We have to enforce that from the top down, and we have to model it. As managers, we never want to tell our employees it's important that they be ethical and then us ourselves act unethically. So it's important that we model it, and it's modeled from the top down. We also have to provide vehicles for whistleblowers, for folks who have the courage to step forward and say, I'm witnessing or I believe there is unethical behavior happening in our organization. So we want to make sure we give those folks the opportunity and the avenues to bring things to our attention without the risk of repercussions. So in our discussion board this week, we have a very serious ethical dilemma that is posed to us. And it's one in which there is no clear-cut what is right, what is wrong. While at first glance there may seem to be, when you start considering the stakeholder model of ethical responsibility in our organization, I hope that this dilemma that I present to you does cause you to stop and to think of what the right solution is based on who the stakeholder that you're focusing on is. It'll be interesting to see what our discussion is and how our online learning community engages in this discussion over this dilemma. So I hope you enjoy learning about social and ethical behavior and responsibility in this week's module. Keep up the wonderful work. It's really been a pleasure being part of this class this semester, and I hope you have a great week. Thank you.